Welcome, podcast listeners. It is episode number 272 of the Fret Talk podcast. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You are also joined by Lee Padabadabadabadoo. Say hi, Lee.
Yo, people.
Hi.
Hi.
You are also joined by, oh my gosh, it is Josh. What's going on?
One.
You are so down with the ute. So down. Right, gentlemen, it's been a little while since you've both been on. How been you? How been you, our chaps?
I has been white. Has been you.
Nah, bad. Never. I mean, you waited until I was taking a sip of water to ask that, didn't you? Sorry.
Always.
Well,
Josh, how have you been? I mean, yeah, Josh, how have you been?
Busy, extremely busy, but other than that, I am very well.
yeah, you've done a couple of gigs, haven't you?
Done a couple of gigs, got more job interviews than I can shake a stick at, trying new pedals, and yeah.
Well, a big congratulations to you, man, for landing your new job. We are also very, very happy.
And a modicum of jealousy as well, of course. But
More money's always better.
you know what they say: mo money, mo problems. So if you do need to get rid of some of that money, I would happily share the burden of problems with you there.
Mo woman, no, mo cry.
Yeah, mo woman, mo cry. I'm not entirely sure that's how it goes.
Mo faro, mo cry.
Hey. So, Mr. Josh, not only have you been doing some giggity gigs, you've got a little bit of a competition going on over at the
Yes,
Joshy ZK.
over on the gram, on
On the gram.
on the gram, because I'm so down with the kids these days, and
Just incredibly down with the youth. What is going on?
I am currently giving away a signature Rammstein guitar strap. These are the guitar straps that Richard from Rammstein uses on stage. I've teamed up with Rich to obviously kind of been endorsed with them. We had the idea of doing a giveaway. So we're giving away somebody. Lucky winner will receive one of the signature straps, some strap locks, and a shirt.
Nice.
So if you want to get in on the competition, you've got to head over to Instagram and you've got to be following 3 accounts. Firstly, mine at the Corona Mortis, Rich the Straps, and Rammstein Army, who are also involved in the giveaway as well.
Nice.
Tag it in your Instagram story, and that will be you entered.
I mean, as
Easy
long
as that.
Excuse me.
yeah.
no foreplay at all.
Just ram it straight in there.
Yeah.
Is that what Rammstein means?
You're not far
Ramming
off.
your
Ironically, you're not far off. But these straps are worth about £160, something like that. Handmade Italian Napa leather, so they are.
Whoosh.
Not
They
German.
are quite cushy.
Not
No.
German leather.
Not from the German cows.
Oh dear.
Whatever the German word is for cow.
I take the piss. I actually love Germany. I think it's a great country. It's really good fun. It's so much culture. It's a really good place.
I've heard it's incredibly clean, but
It is. Well, parts
not.
of it are.
No,
Parts
it's
of it aren't.
dirty as it really is. Actually, quite grimy, but not quite to the level of the UK. But it is. I suppose it's when you travel to it from Scandinavia. it's pretty grimy then. The trains are horrible.
I mean, I've seen some pretty grimy videos featuring Germans on the internet, but it's not quite the scenery.
Yeah, but those were probably found on like a pay-per-view website.
Indeed. Yeah. Well, I'm not that rich. I'll look for the leaks myself.
Your girls unkupper.
I see it. And Shaft and Splagen.
It's wunderbar.
It's sehr gut, sehr gut. Right, Josh, I think we may have ruined your competition there.
And that's me now. Suddenly, the sound of my contract with Richard Straps not getting
That's it.
renewed.
Teared
I
up.
feel like I need to. I was watching Family Guy yesterday, and there was this point where Peter said to Cleveland, "Can I get a selfie with you?" And Cleveland was like, "Okay, how many black people did you offend this time?" To kind of have to show. I feel like I have to now call all my German friends and like get selfies with them.
Yeah, fair play. I mean, there's some quality German content on the internet. It's not all grimy. So yeah. So Josh, when is this competition lasting until? Let's swing it back.
So this is running up until the 11th of December, I think it is. It closes at midnight on the 11th of December. So you've got a fair bit of time to get entered. And it's purely to enroll yourself. There we go. We'll go enroll.
And roll over and get entered.
Yeah. So in that case, kind of depending on postal services, you should also get it in time for Christmas.
Oh, very good, very good. Speaking of competitions, Lee, you've been orchestrated a bit of a competition as well this week, haven't you?
Yes. If you would like to enter a competition, that's how you say it. For us to enter you, we will. We have a whole box of goodies.
Oh, it's incredibly surprising.
I mean, we some of us have had the same thing through, and we were surprised. We knew what was coming. Oh my God, everything's an innuendo. I can't stop, and I'm not doing it on purpose.
That's it. We saw it come into our face. We just couldn't get out of the way. Yeah.
And
that's it. We were dripping with excitement.
Yeah.
Can I also? Oh, actually, no. Carry on.
I want to know.
Yeah. Right. I don't know where we're going with this. I'm nervous.
When we opened the box, and there was like 12 pedals in there, plus a pedal board that was in a case, and you expected the pedals, didn't necessarily expect the pedal board. The power supply was great, and it's an isolated power supply as well, which is always fantastic. It fixes to the bottom of the board, which is pretty cool with a little bracket. And they also added in a shit ton of patch cables.
Which is also
that was great. A nice touch, wasn't it? That was a really nice touch.
I mean, to be fair, the whole nice touch was having not just the pedals, but like a power supply and the pedal board, and I was very impressed with K-Line for that.
Yeah, and the pedals, they're like tiny, aren't they? They're well small.
Yeah, I mean,
so they. I was talking with Matt about this actually, and I was saying that's the ideal size for a mini pedal. Like the standard mini pedals are really tall, but not wide. They're not wide enough, and they can tip over. So unless they are affixed down really well, you've got problems. Whereas these, they're smaller but wider as well. They're flatter and wider, so the center of gravity on them is brilliant. So like, there's no knocking them over.
Yeah. Do you remember we did a whole thing about that on the TC Bucket Brigade, and they've got that range of pedals that kind of I think they're a better size than these because they're a similar size but a little bit smaller, but they're top mounted jacks as well.
Yes, yeah. So I mean that's where they win out, isn't it? But there's no way because these are so thin that they couldn't have been top mounted. There's just no. There's no.
Have to put the two up against each other and take a picture for you because I think the TC ones are actually smaller.
Yeah, but like in terms of the depth of the pedal, they are thinner. Like they're.
Yeah, but does anyone actually care about that dimension?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of because it's a mini pedal, because it's thinner, its center of gravity is lower to the ground, which means that you're not really tipping them over.
That's true on the TC. Anyway, it doesn't matter, right? Focus on these K-Line pedals, right? Yeah. And they are. I've not tried them yet because I've been super, super busy. But they look great. The knobs are they're not loose. They don't feel like they get looser and tighter as some knobs do, like some of the cheaper knobs. As you turn it round, there's a really good
Josh. Oh my god, like that grin. Like
there's a really firm movement as you move it around,
as you twist the knob.
Yeah, it's pleasurable.
Yeah. I mean, like they're sturdily built. They're put together really well. The graphic
does feel nice as you turn the knobs, without any like double entendres. As you turn the knobs, they do feel very smooth, and that you can feel a bit of resistance there, and that, you can get them precisely dialed in quite easily.
Yeah.
Like when you take your fingers away, you haven't got to worry that the settings are going to change.
Yeah, that it'll be knocked incrementally as you've shifted away from it. Yeah, I get that. Possibly not the most exciting thing about the pedals, but
I love the artwork. I absolutely love the artwork.
Yeah, it's really vibrant, isn't it?
Remember when I first sent over the pictures of them like months and months ago, before they were even released, and that was the first thing we all commented on, how great they look.
Yeah, they did a really good job on that, on making like a really cohesive line, because a lot of the Chinese companies, they'll get graphics done for like a handful of pedals, and then the next ones, it almost seems like they've used another artist and another artist. So you'll get like the Joyo stuff, like the original JP line, is a like perfect example of this. You look at like the tremolo, it's got a picture of a pit bull on it. You're like, okay, but then like the next one, the flanger, it's got a picture of an aeroplane in a different style, and you're just like they're serviceable. They're decent sounding pedals, but this line doesn't scream like it's the same line of pedals. Whereas these all look like the art style's the same, and
can I just? Sorry, mate.
Yeah, of course you can.
Just say to anyone listening, who may be in a company or something along those lines, thinking, "Oh, he's been showing his mates stuff." I had full permission to share the images with the other guys. I would not share stuff with people unless I had full permission. Yeah,
and like it was in the pipeline, like you say. Like when we were told we were going to get these pedals through, we were expecting, like we were told, oh, you'll get the entire line, and we were expecting like a box of 12 pedals. We weren't expecting all of this other stuff.
And it was a case of, okay, we're going to have to share out these 12 pedals between us, sort of thing, rather than one whole lot sent to each continent or whatever.
Yeah,
it was
right.
It's crazy.
We're going to go on about the pedals that we've tried, because I've tried a few. Josh has tried a few. We'll go on about those in the Patreon. Not to spoil it for like when we release the videos. But we were talking about the competition as well. That, I think by the time that this podcast comes out, it will be over, won't it?
I think so. Yeah, I think it will. But it's a great competition because you get to name their next boost pedal.
Yeah, it's a treble boost style circuit, isn't it? They said, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that they're looking for like a treble booster. And we've had some.
There's been some great like my favourite is the COVID booster. Of course, they won't use it, but I thought it was hilarious. And yours favourite was the Rooster Booster.
The Rooster Booster. I mean,
I'm slightly biased, but I really liked my big boosty bitches.
I can understand why they're probably not going to go for that one, Josh.
I saw another one was the morale booster, which was like something that Phil Dyer suggested.
Yeah,
that would be really cool. Actually,
I was actually talking to Phil Dyer about these pedals, and he was saying, because he was approached by K-Line as well.
Yeah.
About the pedals, and I'd sent in some audio clips when I put my board together, and I was having a play around, and he was very surprised about how good they sounded.
Yeah, I mean, like in defence of K-Line, the pedals that I've demoed on the No Talk or Turn series, I've probably done about 4 or 5 from K-Line now, and they have all been absolutely like impeccable quality. They've sounded fantastic. So I kind of knew that we were going to be getting some good stuff. like based on the back catalogue that they've got. But I have truly been blown away. But like I say, we're gonna save the more detailed stuff for the Patreon. Yeah, for the
as we release videos, we'll mention the videos over time. And
of course we will. Yeah,
there will be quite a few to come out. Should I say?
Oh yeah, I'd say at least about 12. Right, I'm going to give a quick rundown of a video that I released this week, which I didn't have massive faith that it would do as well as it did, because generally speaking, stuff that's off the beaten path, so stuff that isn't like your kind of standard drive pedals and generally kind of aiming towards the specific boutique drive pedals, they tend to not do as well. But I did a video on the Blood Moon phaser by TC, and actually it's picking up quite a bit of traction, which is really good. It's really good because the pedal itself is phenomenal. I really thought it's got those kind of vintage phase tones, like the phase 90 tones. And then you can do some great stuff with the knob at the bottom. I can't remember what they call it. I think it's feedback. And you can go like between like metallic-ish tones, almost kind of flangery metallic overtones. And you can get some really cool like in-between sounds with these phases. So it spans across kind of decades worth of phase. And you can definitely hear, Matt, if you are listening, you can definitely hear the difference between a phaser and a flanger. Definitely.
1,000,000%.
I know.
It's not even a thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't hear the difference between a phaser and a flanger, you need to go back to pedal school.
Pedal school? My gosh. I think we should create a pedal school. I think that's something we should do.
I mean, the way some people behave on pedal boards are doom.
Like, generally speaking, we've got an absolutely fantastic crowd over there. But there are some people. Oh, yeah. There's always some, isn't there? There's always some.
I mean, we got rid of most of the arseholes, so yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, how much the Blood Moon costs?
It's about 40 quid, isn't it?
£42 from hang on, that's from from Toman.
Yeah, that's it. That's about right. I'd pay that for that.
I mean, they have like the feedback into it, because that's kind of what creates the thing from the regen knob on a flanger.
Yeah, on a flanger,
feedback. It's feeding itself back into itself.
Yeah,
it's it's pretty cool. I've not seen that I can think of.
Yeah, so
I want to try this.
So the center position is like kind of negative, like neutral feedback, and then you go like backwards, and it's almost like negative feedback, and then you go into it, and it's almost like positive. So it's like you've got your middle spot is your sweet spot, almost for all the controls, and then you start veering away from that, and you start getting some really kind of psychedelic stuff. It's a fantastic pedal, and it's one that was lent to me by Mr. Andrew Bimson, and I am going to have to give it back at some point. But I think before I do, I'm going to do a no talk or tone versus with it. Maybe I'll see. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I'll have to wrap my head around that one. We have got a podcast. This week.
Before we do,
go on.
Talk a little bit about what I did just before we came on here. So a few days ago at my doorstep dropped a couple of Victory pedals.
Okay.
And they are from the new range. And the ones I got were the Kraken and the Sheriff.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna drop a little picture in the in our little group chat, just for Joshy boy, so you can see what I was doing.
Is this that picture with you, like, that you took with the mirror? Because it was a lovely picture.
Was good, wasn't it?
It was a lovely picture. I think you shared that on. Was it on in the Pedal Boards Doing group, or was it on the Insta?
To Instagram, wasn't it?
Oh,
I've got such crap internet; it's not coming through. Okay, basically, on my board, I've got the the two Victory V4 amps. I've got the jack and I've got the Kraken.
Yeah.
And I ran the Kraken pedal into the jack and basically had a stereo Kraken rig running.
Nice.
I mean, mate, it was like my missus is going to come down and kill me in a minute because I was running this really heavy and it was just like shaking the room. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so good. And that's all I had was just those two running. And it didn't sound too far off from the amp at all. Bearing in mind it's going through a different amp, so that's going to change the voicing itself.
Yeah.
But my God, the tones were just immense. Give me another couple of minutes on just a bit of tonescaping. I probably would have had them identical.
In fairness, most of the sort of presets that I run on the Quad Cortex are stereo Victory, VX100 patches anyway. So like I'm quite used to that sort of sound, and yeah, it's monstrous.
It's great, isn't it? The Sheriff pedal was really interesting. It's because you got a free band EQ on it, so I managed to get Marshall scooped tones. It's just like something you don't do, but I just thought, yeah, I've got to try this. It did make it sound like I was running a stereo Marshall rig, which was really, really nice.
Which makes sense because that's what they're based off.
Yeah, the bass on it was quite typically, as you turn it up, you are getting that flubby bass that you know with Marshalls. And that's the bit with me that always sounds the most like if you get a Marshall in a box pedal, the bass is always like not quite right.
Yeah, they try and tighten it up too much.
Yeah, well, if you turn the bass down on this, it does tighten up, which is nice because I was like, oh, I like that. But that's I like that this makes it actually feel like a Marshall. But that's the thing when I've got a Marshall that I always try to get rid of.
Yeah.
So then when I started turning it down, I was like, okay.
That's why people run like overdrives in the front, isn't it? To tame that kind of fuller spectrum.
Yeah, if I had a bit more time, I might have chucked a Tube Screamer into it. But my God, it's got a lot of gain on it, and that's fucking awesome. It is well good. Basically, I was really happy with it. The only trouble is now I don't want to really change my I don't really want to change my overdrives on my board.
So you're in a bit of a dilemma.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not like I'm gigging, so
go on, add another drive onto the board. Treat yourself.
I can change it whenever I want. But I'll knock some shorts out of these soon, and then we'll put some full videos together and see what we can come up with because they are pretty bloody banging, these pedals.
See, I am looking at one. I am looking at the Kraken one. But with having the Quad Cortex, I don't see the point.
Yeah.
You could say that about all pedals, though.
Well, what's the point in me getting a pedal that replicates the amp when I've got a capture of the amp on the Quad Cortex anyway? There's no point me trying to emulate something that I'm already using, so to speak.
Yeah, you might find it's different. You might find that it might be worth just to get hold of one just to test it out. But I can't say what it's going to do really. If you're happy with the one on your Quad Cortex, then don't bother.
Did you say the crap Quad Cortex?
He did say the crap Quad Cortex.
Yeah. If you're happy with that crap Quad Cortex, then by all means be my guest.
I think I was going to say Kraken.
Okay. Fucking hell. Like, that's a Freudian slip right there, that isn't it? Oh, dear. Right, let's do a hot take. In fact, actually, let's wrap up the hot take from last week. This is unprecedented. This last week's hot take literally never has happened. So we've got a 100% vote for one of the options. So the hot take from last week was guitar pedal plugins are the future, and we got a unanimous not fucking ain't. So like the 0% were saying, yeah, Plug-in pedals are the future. So I'm sorry to say, Electro Harmonics, with your hardware plug-in Big Muff, and with the Strymon Big Sky plug-in, the people have spoken.
My problem is they priced it at pretty much. I think the mini Big Sky is about that price, maybe a little bit more.
Blue Sky.
But you get to move it about, and like that thing you can take anywhere. You can plug it into anything, and it will give you that sound. You are tethered to a laptop
anywhere.
With Logic anyway, like you get like a Space Designer, which has got so many parameters kind of under the reverb section anyway, and it's just kind of like, well, that's just as good.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who use their Big Sky and they want to replicate that tone in their, in their songs, and they want to put it on in post. But you know what? I think it's so much money.
It is
so much money for a plugin.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just because it's got Strymon written on.
We talked all about this last week, and we've got a hot take to do this week. So let's not ruminate on it, boys, because this has already been done. This is ground trodden. Right, this week we have got a hot take, and I am legit excited for this one. This one was taken from Pedalboards of Doom, and a guy called Sam Radford says, indeed, one of top 10 groups with pedal board in the title. No, it's a legit, like, it is a legit group. So Sam Radford said, clones of hella old pedals are objectively better than the originals. So the clones.
That's not even lukewarm. That's
spicy hot, that isn't it?
That's a spicy hot take. That is.
That's like a Madras mixed with a Vindaloo.
That's subjective to the individual pedal. That you can't just make a sweeping statement like that and expect it to apply to every single pedal.
Well, think you fucking can, because he has, and it's what we're going to argue this week. So, Lee, you're arguing that you should take it on a pedal by pedal basis.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, kind of, but
no, kind of. That's the answer. Done. Move on.
No, because we've got a hot take here, and we're going to argue it, and we're going to argue it right.
Sit here and brush my hair.
So you carry on, darling. So clones of Hello Old pedals are objectively better than the originals. So, like from the point of view of like some of the old fuzzies, where it was like you'd legitimately get like radio noises coming through them because they were like components that were not as refined as the modern versions.
I've had that from modern pedals.
Yeah, I mean,
a video about it on one.
You might have, but like generally speaking, when they are recreating versions of like classic fuzz faces or like Maestro fuzzes or any of these, they're making it so that the pedals aren't susceptible. I mean, if you just have a look at, let's take the Raise the Dead, for example, which is based on a vintage silicon fuzz face. If you look inside one of those, it's far, far more complicated than a vintage silicon fuzz face. Like, those were 6 components, weren't they, or something like that?
Okay, you can argue that isn't a clone.
I mean,
clone would be a replication of. The Razor Dead is an evolution of, and it hasn't even got the same knobs on it. Like, it's got one knob, and that's the volume knob.
Yeah, but the knobs that would have been in it have been replaced by fixed value resistors, because the best tone on those was everything up to 11, and Stuart's taken that and went, yeah, that's pretty much what we need. So he's refined that.
This.
Yeah. He's fixed the fact that old fuzz pedals were so picky about where they would be in the signal chain. Like, one day you could plug it in and it'd sound absolutely fantastic. The next day you plug it in exactly the same order, exactly the same things, and it would sound terrible, and it'd be humming and it'd squeal at you, and you'd be like, why has my tone forsaken me?
Okay, but here's the thing, right? You've got all of these old pedals. Now, I've done a lot of work on all the old fuzz faces and the old tone benders, and so many of them are the same pedal with just a different badge on. Like most of them, there was only about probably 3 different fuzzes for quite a long time, and yet there was probably about 50 different pedals. No, not 50, but maybe even. So, you know,
Yeah, you'd get the old like Italian replicas, wouldn't you? Where like they'd be making them cheaper in like the middle of Europe than they would be like the handmade British versions. So those would be like
the first one was a Gibson, wasn't it? It was the Maestro Super Fuzz. But then like the tone bender was a take on that. It's and it all comes down. What's stupid about it all comes down to how many transistors it's got.
Yeah, because you've got like the 1.5 versions which had like 2, and then you had 3 transistor, and they were all like designed to emulate a fucked up like channel strip in a mixer, weren't they? Like someone had recorded into it like a fucked up mixer, and it had made a horrible fuzzing sound. They're like, oh shit, that sounds good. Let's replicate that. Let's replicate something that is dying.
And that was Keith on Satisfaction, wasn't it?
No, that was a Maestro FZ. That was. I don't know. Let's like the annals of history can keep that one. I'll tell you what. Like people in the podcast group, let us know the history of it, because I'm not entirely sure, but. I like
it goes in one ear and goes out the other. I've written blogs on the bloody thing and I can't remember.
Well, that's it. I mean,
here's the thing, right? What I'm saying is, like, because these were all the same, and like, there's been so many fuzz faces and so on and so forth. That, like, what do you consider to be the OG, and like, which of them do you not consider to be a clone, even though like they were? Cloning pedals has always changed. It's the only thing I would give this chap is the fact that they've got like a 9-volt input, and it's a Boss style 9-volt input, so you haven't got to find batteries for them. Batteries sound better, you get all these people, but
I mean, you do. You get like Eric Johnson, who like gigs with half dead batteries to make his fuzzy sound a specific way. And it's like it's subjective, but like objectively, the fact that you've got those modern accoutrements where you've got the 9-volt jacks, and people are doing like the inverted polarity on it as well, so you can just stick any old 9-volt in rather than having to have a flipped polarity 9-volt going in to make it work. That's a pain in the arse. Having like these old MXR pedals that were like hardwired and had an adapter on the end of them. That's a pain in the arse.
On the flip side, I've got modern treble boosters and tone benders and stuff, which I've played for a little while, and do you know what? They've broken, and they're made by like small companies making clones. And then you see people out there still gigging like the vintage stuff. And you're like, okay. So some of the stuff that I've got has actually gone to shit, and some of the old stuff has stayed around. Whereas I've played some like really old 60s pedals, and like you're handling them as if they're like a newborn baby, because you're like, if I fucking drop this, it is going to break.
Yeah.
Whereas if it was a Boss tone bender, you can throw it around if you wanted to.
But it's a crapshoot in terms of like components as well. Components have got a shelf life on them, and you don't know whether like the click of that foot switch is going to last 10,000 clicks or if it's going to last 100. It's down to like it's down to the gods, isn't it? And there's nothing to say.
There's some people making clones though, not clones. Sorry, there's people making clones where they just take the bits that they can get at the time.
Yeah, but there's nothing to say that the original pedals haven't broken and then been repaired as well, and like bits have been replaced. You don't know the heritage of certain bits unless you're opening it up and you know exactly what you're looking for. And even then, you can't be like 100% sure. So,
what do you think?
It's not what I think; it's what the listeners think, because this is their poll, and whether like the clones of these original pedals are actually objectively a bit better.
They're better in affordability.
Well, that is the point.
I guess with my opinion, there's in terms of like I guess starting on the build quality side of it at first, kind of things now I don't think are ever made to last. Phones, laptops, TVs, because the kind of like they know that in the next 6 months, a year, the technology is still going to be, a little bit better or whatever, and there's always going to be able to be upgrades to be made to models and better ways of thinking to say repackage things, for example. Nothing now is kind of as they say is never really built to last anymore, whereas kind of I guess back in day they probably were built a bit more rough and rugged and sort of built to last. And I think nowadays as well, a lot of businesses kind of obviously rely on having their pedals to kind of emulate older pedals, but better with, I guess, more modern features like, I don't know, 3-band EQs or inbuilt cab sims and bits and pieces like that. And Lee's kind of right. Like, I guess it's subjective to the pedal and it's subjective to the person as to what they want. But you kind of find now that I'm going to kind of start. This is, I think, going to divide opinion in itself. But the elitists will think the original is better, but the collective will think the newer ones are better. If that makes sense.
Maybe we'll have to see. One thing is for certain, that we are not going to have such a divide that we had last week, in the fact that there is 100, like 100 to 1, 100 to 0 vote on this one. It will split up in. I'm calling it that it's going to be quite close to halfway, but we'll see anyway. So the official wording of this poll is: clones of hella old pedals are objectively better than the originals. So you need to vote whether you think this is correct or whether you think it is incorrect.
We all know a certain person from JHS Pedals is going to say yes.
I mean, if he's voting on it, by all means, carry on. So get in the podcast group and get voting on this one. The poll will be out pretty much as soon as the podcast is. We will find out. So we've got some discussions for this week. We've got a few. First of all, Friedman have released a 20-watt version of a couple of their amplifiers. One of which is the Pink Taco.
What? Sorry.
So the Pink Taco. So we've got the Pink Taco.
Say that again, please.
Pink Taco. So it does not take a genius. It does not take a rocket scientist to figure out what is being alluded to with the Pink Taco. What do we think, gentlemen, like, of the Pink Taco? I mean, just Friedman in general, in terms of their naming structure for amplifiers.
It's a bit boomerish, isn't it?
I think it's absolutely genius.
I mean, because that there is the opinion divided, isn't it?
We all think of innuendos every day when we're at work, when we're at home, and we secretly kind of giggle in our heads. And
we can't say anything at the start of this podcast. We couldn't get past the fact that Lee had opened the box and was being entered. So
ultimately, it's Dave. Ultimately, it's Dave's. It's his brand. If he's willing to do that and to put, to have his brand and reputation on the line, then that's obviously his.
Yeah.
business call.
It's up to him.
The question that you pose to us, I think, is: would we feel comfortable being seen on stage with gear that was so blatantly, like, say, rude, for argument's sake?
Yeah. Because it doesn't necessarily have to have that misogynist edge to it. If it was like called the fuck face, would I be?
I absolutely would rock a pedal called the fuck face. I absolutely would. I think that's hysterical.
No, it depends where. Like, if you were like showing that pedal off on the internet, you might be like, oh, the fuck face. If I was doing a gig,
I wouldn't rock up to a church gig with it.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Like the kind of gigs that I'm doing.
Place I would take it.
But the kind of gigs that I'm doing, I don't want a promoter or whatever to come over to my board and say, "Oh, the fuck face, yeah, you're not playing tonight. See ya." So,
how about this? Do you think it looks professional to gig such equipment? Can you imagine a professional guitarist, say Steve Morse or someone like that, gigging an amp called the Pink Taco?
I don't know who plays like the Pink Taco or the BEOD or any of that.
I know Richard ZK uses the Friedman.
Oh, does it? Well, there you go. There you go. So maybe it's just a fuss about nothing. Maybe I
think Danish Pete uses a Pink Taco sometimes.
He's got his own signature.
I mean, there's
as well.
There's a comment to be made there, isn't there? Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Right, we're moving on. I don't care. We're moving on. This is an explosive topic, and I regret every second of it. Right, the PRS HDRX, standing for Hendrix, I believe. 20 watt head, I assume.
So very quickly, I'm just looking at the Friedman. It doesn't actually say the name anywhere on it.
Oh, well, they've played a blinder there, then, haven't they?
Doesn't it have the letters BEOD?
Well, I'm just looking. I'm looking at the Pink Taco, and all you can see
you fucking are, you dirty bastard. Shut it down. We're moving on. We're moving on. Right there, Hendrix Woodstock tones is what we're saying for the PRS. So, like, first of all, that's a Marshall. That's Marshall all day, every day. That's PRS weren't making anything at that point. So,
I mean, his daddy might have been.
So what we did, probably making PRS, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, let's talk after the show.
He's still watching his Pink Taco films.
Indeed. Right. So, like, Hendrix Woodstock tone, quite an iconic tone. Not the top of what would come to my list for iconic amp drive tones. What would be your go-to if you could get like an I can get it iconic amp tone? What would you go for? So, would you go for the Hendrix Woodstock tone, or would you go for something different?
I would go. I'm probably going to steal our resident blues dad's thunder here. The John Mayer "Slow Dancing in a Burning Room" live in LA. I think that is possibly the greatest amp tone ever.
So you're probably going something like a 2-rock, or maybe even like a Dumble.
2-rock. What's it he uses? He used a 2-rock, a Dumble, and I think he used a Fender Twin or something like that as well, didn't he? I think
all rolled into one amp.
2-rocks are basically Dumbles, aren't they?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, that would be brilliant if you had like a Fender Twin channel and a Dumble channel, and you could like mix between it, like jumper cable them and like mix them in together. And have like,
and I'd piss people off and play. I'd do it truly to troll the internet, and I'd play through it with like an EMG loaded fucking.
Of course you would. Of course you would, you bastard. I wasn't going to go for that. I was actually going to go for like Randy Rhoads live tone. I know that they've done the RRs in like the white Tolex, and they look absolutely wicked. But like Randy Rhoads tone, like live tone, was absolutely iconic, wasn't it?
Wasn't it a JCM 800?
I think they were probably modded. So, because They the amps back then weren't quite rip roaring enough. I think he was running overdrives in front of him as well, weren't he?
Yeah, Distortion Plus.
So maybe that, but in an amp, a bit like the Ibanez Tube Screamer heads, where you've got like a clean platform, but then you've got like a flick switch that adds the Tube Screamer in. Something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
I was thinking Randy Rhoads, or there is that Zakk Wylde tone, which is quite nasty. But
yeah, like his is EMGs and chorus, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And JCM 800. But most of the tones that I love from guitarists are more to do with the pedals than they are to do with the amps themselves.
Yeah, that's the sort of category I sit in. Like, I love the sort of the album tones that Rabea got with Tosca in the Fire by the Silos album, if you like talking my more specific thing. But a lot of that, again, is kind of a mixture of delays, reverbs, and about 6 different amps at once.
Of course it is. Rabea ain't doing nothing by halves, is he?
No.
Like, he's just sitting in the studio after like quad tracking a rhythm part and going, "We need more amps."
On that album, he used the mini Krakens, the normal micro head ones, whatever you call them, a KSR, a Boogie, a Friedman, and he used a Diesel.
I mean, if you can do. Oh, actually, do you know what? There are some Muse albums where, and songs in particular, where Matt used Diesel amps.
Yeah, he used the VH4 on channel 3, I think.
I know. I did want one of them for some time, but they are a bit like hefty for just like putting in a room and playing YouTube videos.
I assumed he used boogies.
No, he used Diesel and JCM 800s together in stereo at once, I believe.
Yeah, I think I saw him with a DS, a JCM 2000 DSL.
DSL 2000. Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
I was like, I've got that amp.
Yeah. Why does it not sound the same when I'm playing it?
Shut the fuck up. I remember actually watching like this DVD, and I was like shaking my wife, going, "See, look, that's my amp. Look." And she's like, "No."
I married a man child. We've all been there. We've all been there. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right, so gentlemen, this week or early last week, even the Harley Benton Fusion series. So the Fusions and the Fusion T got a new lick of paint, which seems almost quarterly at this point, where you're getting like new colours on the incredible value for money Fusion series. Which just like for those who are unaware and don't know about them, they're basically like the top spec Harley Bentons, aren't they? Really, these like HSS, HH Strats, and some HH tellies with like mad splitting options as well. So almost think of like the Guthrie Govan Charvel, like and the Pro Mods, that kind of like area. But they also come as standard with like branded Wilkinson bridges, roast maple necks with stainless steel frets and locking tuners. So we're talking like spec'd up to the hilt. It made me ask a question on my Instagram that what are the features that you are looking for in a guitar these days? Like, so what are the modern features that you are looking out for on guitars that you kind of lusting after? So I've mentioned a few of them there, like the stainless steel frets and the roasted.
Are we just talking any sort of budget?
Just like any budget, yeah. Because I think you can find them in all different.
Revelation has been glow in the dark side dots.
Yes, the Lumin Lay side dots.
That since I started kicking with my new ML1 and it's got the glow in the dark side dots, that's just been an absolute game changer. Absolute game changer.
Yeah, I'll give you that for sure. When I was playing at Strandberg, I heard a lot of people say about lumen lays, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, they only last like 10 minutes. When you get on stage, they got gone after 10 minutes." They don't.
Do they fuck?
Yeah, no,
They last
they
the
go all
entire
night.
gig.
Yeah, and they're like Viagra, keep you going all night. And they were wicked. I was well impressed with them because like you could sit there and play during the dark, watch a film, and just be practicing. And the cool thing about Strandberg, obviously, is because it's tiny. You can sit there on the sofa quite comfortably playing it. And yeah, man, those lumen lays, they just keep you going, don't they?
Yeah, I would say stainless steel frets as well. I would expect.
Are we not tempted by the wiggly frets? The
I've never tried them, so I wouldn't. The true
true temperaments, yeah, true temperament.
True temperament.
Yeah, you have to tune your guitar funny for them. You know that.
Well, I assume you tune it like bang on because the tuning system for guitar.
No, you have to tune them slightly differently. There's a special way of tuning them, so you have to tune some of the strings slightly out.
Yeah,
Isn't that the same as with the Evertune?
Not sure with the Evertune.
No, I know with the Evertune, you can't bend it if you do it normally. You have to like set the key to something special, then tune it down, and then tune it up, and then you can actually bend it. It's very weird.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
No.
I would expect either like a locking style bridge, like a Tone Pros locking bridge, or locking tuners of some sorts.
Yeah,
I do like locking tuners.
Yeah. I've put some recently on the telly, like a telly build that I've got. I say a telly build.
You like them? You didn't like the specific ones you had though, did you?
No, they're not great quality. But even so, it took me about 10 minutes to fully like strip it down, clean the fretboard, and string it back up. So can't moan too much.
No, that's true. Yeah, it's so easy just to whip them off, whip them back on, bang, done, and like snap a string, you're sorted in like 10 minutes, like you say.
Yeah, like if I snapped a string at a gig, it'd take me probably to the end of a song to get the new string on and get it tuned up.
And
as long as it weren't carry on. Sorry. Yeah, as long as it weren't like a incredibly guitar heavy song, I could get away with that at a gig.
I think on a modern guitar, it's about like having coil taps and stuff like that, and built into it. You know, so if you've got two humbuckers, having a 5-way switch, so you've got all those options there, and stuff like that.
Coil tap, I can't say I am personally not fussed about. What I've really come to enjoy is a proper maple cap.
Okay. So we've got like
than having a veneer.
Two ends of the spectrum here, haven't we? We've got like someone who's going for like the ultra modern, like tapping within an inch of its life, and like multiple like options in terms of your tone, and then you've got Josh going, go back to what Gibson were originally doing. I mean, they haven't stopped doing it. They've always had a maple top, and with the guitars that are of the cheaper end, they have got maple caps on them, but they're just cheaper maple, and then they put the veneer of the like fancy quilt on top. But if you've got like go on, carry on, yeah.
I just remembered. Did you see my video about my guitar, my Les Paul?
Yeah. It's a pretty fucking rare one, isn't it? You've got one of 500 in the world that have got an ebony board or something, is it?
Yeah. No, isn't it a matching painted like headstock or something?
No. Right, okay, so I keep getting questions about my guitar all the time on the shorts and stuff like that, and people messaging me, asking me about it and stuff like that. So I was doing a bit of research because Gibson changed their website a couple of years ago. It was when JC first came in, and the page that I used to show people had been taken down. So I was watching, going through YouTube, and there was a video with an interview with the guy whose signature guitar it is, done about 6 months ago, which I hadn't seen. And I was watching through it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, do you know what though? My one's got a roasted maple fretboard." And I was like, "That's odd. I thought they all had ebony fretboards." And
I've
then
never known Gibson to do roasted.
yeah, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, and this one's just got like a Palfero on it or something like that, or was it rosewood? I can't remember." Anyway, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And then they said, "Yeah, originally there were 200 made." With the ebony fretboards, which were on the first run. So I don't think they actually made 200 by that point. CITES came in, took them all, burnt the fuckers. Right?
Is that going to help anyone?
It? I know, it's stupid. I'll teach them a lesson. Stupid idiots. Anyway, yes, but my one somehow was kept back, and this one was gifted to my friend Jim at a Gibson convention. He's a jazz player, so he asked me if I wanted to buy it off him, so he could have some money to buy a jazz guitar. He wanted a 335 or something. And when I was watching it, I was like, "Hang on a minute, does that mean that mine is like the only one out there that's got the ebony fretboard?" So I put up this short about it, and Billy Morrison himself, who his signature guitar this is, went, "Yeah, that's correct." So mine is like basically like a one-off. I think Steve Vai's got one, because I saw a video of he was doing with his wall of like all these gems, and in the middle was one of these.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like stupidly rare.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone asks you what you've got in common with Steve Vai,
I would guess mine's definitely not under the same line of that, but my ML3 beer that was sent to me, ironically, by Rabia, was one of the first ones off the line when they were made. And it's actually, if you go to say like Toman or Andertons or Chapman Guitars
It's the
website,
one.
anything like that, my one is the one that was used in all of the photos.
Nice.
That's really cool.
It's a claim to fame, that, isn't it? Right, we're gonna have one last little ditty here, and then we're gonna move on to some page, because I think time is counting down. Right, so this week I was playing the Chevtone Preacher Volume 2, version 2. Volume 2. Shit me.
You're not with it today at all, are you?
I'm not. I must be tired. So I was playing the Chevtone Preacher. It was in the morning. I was meant to do like a little like a video for the No Talk or Tone, because I'd put a poll up and people were saying, "Oh, we want to hear the V2 Preacher." So I was like, "Yeah, cool, I'll do that." So I plugged it in, and then just spent the entire hour practicing some Robert Cray stuff. I completely lost myself in this pedal, because I'd got a tone that I liked, and I was learning a bit of Robert Cray, and it has been so long since I've sat down and played guitar, just like sat down and really actually played it for myself. I wanted to find out what you guys have been playing, because we don't talk about playing for pleasure so much.
I've been writing.
Have you?
So yeah, I've there's a couple of things I've been doing, but with doing the shorts, you kind of have like 60 seconds or less to show off the pedal to its best ability, but you need to keep it interesting and grab people at the beginning. So I've been trying to write around like jazz chords, but keeping it rocky and stuff like that. So I've been doing a lot of that. I've been doing a lot of practicing my scales and just shouting out a different mode to myself, and just basically trying to get that scale in any keys sort of thing. Just like shout Dorian and bang, this, that, and the other. And like practicing my scales of there are some other bits and pieces I've been doing, but I've been doing the SY1 stuff as well, and just like trying to keep my my genres open. So I've got that, and then
trying to expand it quite a bit.
And one of my friends that I work with over at Analog Alien, they had this song that was like it was a really like cheerful, motivational song, and it was like clap for yourself when you do good and all these sort of things. And it was kind of like a bit hippie on, like, it sounded like it should be on acoustic guitar. It wasn't. And we were talking about it, and I said, do you know what? I really want to hear those lyrics with your voice, because she's got this wonderful voice over some really dark chords with a nice bit of synth in the background, because it could sound like really the counter position could be really good. Yeah, I've got that to write as well. So she's said to me she really wants us to do that. So yeah, I'm
nice.
I've got to work that out, which I've been doing, but I'm going in the different direction now, and I shouldn't be. I need to reel myself back in on it.
Cool. So you've been doing a lot of purposeful practice there, haven't you? Really, really intentional.
Yeah, I haven't been being creative. Hadn't had a reason to be creative musically for too long, and it's what I love doing the most. So that, like, getting the right tones and stuff. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
How about yourself, Josh? What were we saying? Because you've been playing a bit more Paramore recently, funnily enough.
Yeah, funny enough, we're adding 4 to 5 new songs through the set, so kind of like been learning some more bits and pieces there. Plus, they released a new song, which which there was no tabs out, for anything like that. Because I'll be honest, that's kind of like, I'll use tabs, but I'll also use my ear to kind of then like piece bits together and just use it as like a light blueprint. And it was my first time trying to actually work something out. And we did it at our last gig in Wigan. I think it was the week after it was released. And we were actually the first people in the UK to obviously play live. There is another Paramore tribute in the UK, but they
fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys.
Powerless.
They are called Paramore or Less, ironically, is their name.
To be fair, that is a wicked name.
It is, yeah. I've been playing through a lot of like Rabia's instrumental grinding gears stuff, and kind of using a lot of the unique chord shapes he uses, and like having to play around with those myself.
Cool.
And what else have I been playing at the moment?
Call of Duty.
Yeah, actually no, I've been playing Call of Duty this week. Well, the weekend just gone.
What are you playing on the PlayStation?
I am currently playing Formula 1 Manager.
Formula 1 Manager?
Yeah.
I did not even know that was a thing. My gosh, that sounds like spreadsheets upon spreadsheets, that.
Oh, it's strategy and tactics and blah, blah, blah. And I've actually been playing... I've played through this song about 50 times to try and work out the guitar tone for it. But My Friend in Misery from Metallica, because I think we spoke about it before. Because I've been trying to figure out the harmony kind of solo that they have.
Yeah, it's quite a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, I was on a Metallica Gear forum on Facebook, and it was actually allegedly
Meta.
No. Well, I thought it was I just thought it was like an octave up, octave down sort of shindig. And, it's actually an MXR pedal plugged straight into a cab. Allegedly.
Which MXR pedal?
I don't know, because to be honest, I don't know what ones would have existed in the 90s and
Blue Box came out in the 70s.
Yes.
I don't know.
It weren't the Blue Box. It didn't sound shit. Well, it didn't sound that shit.
Shut your ass.
And as always, I've been playing some Rammstein because I love playing Rammstein. So.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, my man. So I'm going to extend it. You've mentioned what you've been playing on the old PS. What are you playing at the moment, Lee? What's your game of choice?
What have I been playing? We've been playing a lot of Minecraft, actually, because it's something we can play with the kids.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't realise it went quite as in depth as it did, because being up my age, I kind of missed it when it first came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, people are playing with that. Oh, that's cool. I like Lego and Meccano and all these things I played with when I was a kid.
Meccano. That takes me back.
The OG and Connects. Connects was awesome. But, yeah, we've been playing a lot of that. What else have I been playing? The TT racing. But I'll tell you what I have been playing through, because I'm trying to get 100% on it, is Abe's Odyssey.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, and do you know what? I missed two of the Madoccans right at the beginning. Not right at the beginning, but like just as you come into the area with the squigs. What are they called?
Sligs.
Huh?
Sligs.
Sligs? No, the sligs are the sligs are the dogs. The Scrabs. The Scrabs.
So yeah.
Because you get Scrabania and Paramania, don't you? When you get further on. And you got the Scrabs and the Paramites. But it's a bit with the Scrabs, which are the big, like, almost like plant bird things on the four legs sort of things. Anyway, I think that's right. Or it's the other way around. Anyway, there's a couple of Madoccans there that I've lost that I didn't get right at the beginning. I'm right near the end now. And I've just got to get, like, I'm gutted because I'm probably going to be, like, down to, like, just missing two.
Yeah, 96% or something. You're like, fuck.
I will give you some fun trivia about that game. So when that came out in 96, I think it was one of the first games that came out on the PlayStation 1. I was 4 at that time. And when my mum got the PlayStation 1, that was one of the early games she had at the time. And the start, like the old start sequence outside Rupture Farms and whatnot. Yeah. That intro used to scare the living bejesus out of me. It used to give me nightmares.
Yeah, I mean, he's really creepy, and then he comes in, it's like, hello.
It's quite dystopian, isn't it? The whole vibe to it. So I get it.
I don't like the new ones so much, and the reason I don't like them so much is because they've got like the sliding screen rather than having a screen and that's your puzzle, then another screen and that's your puzzle. And I really like that about it. Like every time you went from one screen to another, it was
it's
like
a new.
Yeah, and then they interlink
a self-contained puzzle. Yeah.
It's not like they didn't have the choice because like Mario came out a long time before that, and that was doing the side-scrolling thing. I don't want them to
but
do
it was it was one of the early disc-based games, weren't it? So they were working out the technology, weren't they? But
it worked really well. It's like the old Resident Evils with the pre-rendered backgrounds. I love them because you can't see what's coming around the corner, and
you can hear the footsteps and you can hear the
I played a bit of Resident
horrible
Evil
low
the other day, and like I was like, "Where's the zombie?" And literally, it was just being hidden by my own silhouette because where my character was, where Chris was, there was a zombie in front of him, but further away, so he was completely engulfed by my body. It was like, oh.
I mean, if you're not using Jill, poor form. But hey ho, like. This is the end of the podcast now, so we're gonna wrap up. We might do a little bit more on the page, just a little top up. So if you want to listen to that, there is one way to do it. Well, there's two ways. You can bribe someone who's already a Patreon member, or you can pay us $2 a month, and you can get link to the Patreon episodes. And there's 10 now? Is there
less than a Tesco meal deal?
Oh yes, my gosh. Like they've gone up, haven't they? Look, it's double that for me.
£3.90 now, I think.
Guess how much I paid for a cucumber earlier?
69 cents.
Nearly £5.
Or whatever it's.
Nearly £5 for a bloody cucumber, and pretty much the same for a lettuce.
Just to stick it up your ass.
You know, one of the most annoying and confusing things in Sweden is they call lettuce salad.
I mean, they're not wrong, are they? They're not wrong.
But it gets really confusing because when you were talking about what do you want in your salad, or what salad do you want on it, and you're like, "What? Would like lettuce?"
What lettuce? I didn't. Yeah. Like there's iceberg. There's like Chinese leaf. There's I don't know. Like I'm not so much up on lettuce that I can give you a specific type. I just want lettuce, please. Because without it, it's pretty bare. Right.
It's extinct now, but there is the Liz Truss lettuce.
Oh, right, gentlemen, we are ending a podcast there. So, little as $2 a month, you can be part of the Patreon crew. They are as follows. We've got Mr. Andrew Bimson. We've got Mr. Adam Yeomans of Chev Tone Effects. We've got Mr. Doug Christ of 37 Effects, of Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and of the Just Surprise Me podcast. We've got Mr. Hugh G-Rection. We have got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups, and Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast and the Second Button podcast. Boom. If you want to find me online, you catch me at Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube /BudgetPedalChap. At YouTube, it is the home to the No Talkal Tone series and the No Talkal Tone Versus series, which this week has a Demon FX off. You can see which is the better of these two Demon FXs. Josh, where can we find you?
You can find me at the Corona Mortis on Twinstagram.
Boom.
And Josh Castle TCM on YouTube.
And Lee, where can we find you, my friend?
Primarily, you can find me on the Pedal Wars of Doom Facebook group, and we have the page there as well, which we use for a little bit of promotion. You can also find me on Instagram as headed up by our own Josh. You can find us on YouTube as headed up by Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, but you can also find us on TikTok, because we've been TikToking and we got more followers than we have days we've been running, so that's a good thing apparently.
Boom, get in. TikTok famous. I like it. Cool. Right, so from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, from Josh, oh my gosh, from Lee, Padabada-babada-babada-doo. It will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. My missus told me that there's nothing wrong with having a small penis. But to be honest, I'd prefer that she didn't have one at all.